This is the Great White Hope, Episode 3, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. So let's start off with a little bit of origin about Caitlin Clark. In Des Moines, Iowa, a fifth grader dribbles through traffic cones in her driveway, hovering between innocence and destiny. That girl is Caitlin Clark. Raised by a family rooted in determination and devotion, her father a high school coach and her mother a teacher, basketball was both sanctuary and stage. By 8th grade, she was already breaking records at Dowling Catholic. By junior year, her highlight tape had went viral. She didn't just shoot threes, she commanded attention. 1,000-point seasons, ESPN interviews, and ticket sales that rivaled Division I football. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, Maryland, Angel Reese, the daughter of Filipino-Algerian heritage, was forging her own legend. On the AAU circuit, she dominated, leading Team Takeover to a EYBL title over Caitlin Clark's own team. Known for her physicality, defense, and contagious swagger, Angel Reese was a national top 5 recruit. By 2022, both women were household names, but came from worlds apart. Caitlin Clark from the Midwest, the paragon of polite ambition. Reese, the unapologetic force, raw and powerful. Their journeys, both born of hope, would collide in unexpected ways, not just on a basketball court, but in the conscience of a media-saturated public, stereotypes of misogynoir and a cultural charge. By the time they reached college, the narrative surrounding these two had already been lensed by social scripts. Angel Reese embodied what Black women have been historically told not to be: angry, loud, and proud. She was labeled aggressive, intimidating, and ghetto, coded words that stripped nuance and humanity. In contrast, when Caitlin Clark displayed the same fire, she was praised for her leadership, passion, and heart. This dual standard is the essence of misogynoir, the intersection of race and gender that punishes Black women for traits white women are celebrated for. In 2023, a New York Times report found that Reese received 3 times more negative media coverage than Caitlin Clark, despite equal or similar on-court success. Worse, the backlash wasn't just criticism, it was personal. Fans, pundits, and influencers lumped Reese into age-old stereotypes, the angry Black woman. Meanwhile, Clark's confidence was cute, her swagger marketable. This wasn't just a rivalry at work, it was a flashpoint in America's unfinished conversation on race and who gets the lead. Angel Reese was recently targeted by Robert Griffin III and quoted as saying she hates Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark.
And it's not just on some basketball stuff. Angel Reese is also in a media, a now viral term used to describe her getting offensive rebound as me-bounds, with the assertions being that she misses so many of her own shots, she's collecting her own shots and putting them back up. So on March 31st, 2023 in Salt Lake City, the NCAA finale sees LSU steamroll Iowa 102-85. With minutes left in the game, Angel Reese infamously turns towards Caitlin Clark and makes the "you can't see me" gesture, made famous by John Cena, and taps her ring finger. It was a viral moment, a viral storm. A week earlier, Caitlin Clark had flashed the same sign in a game versus Louisville and received praise. Reese branded classless, disrespectful, and a gorilla. Social media exploded. Reese got threats, so much so the WNBA issued sanctions against defamatory harassment. Regardless, that 2023 final drew nearly 10 million viewers, smashing women's basketball ratings records. In March 2024, they met again, this time in an Elite 8, Iowa versus LSU. Clark erupted for 41 points and 12 assists. Meanwhile, Angel Reese grabbed 20 boards and 17 points before fouling out the game. That game not only became the most watched women's college basketball game of all time, it froze American attention, forcing the question, was it sport or a referendum on culture? Campus to the crossroads, them both going to the draft in newfound fame. On August 2024, Caitlin Clark was selected #1 overall by the Indiana Fever. Watching from her childhood home, her streaming numbers broke all kinds of records. Over 2.4 million tuned in, the most viewed women's draft ever. Weeks later, Angel Reese went 7th overall to the Chicago Sky. Transitioning from cult college hero to brand ambassador, she signed with Reebok and she graced the cover of NBA 2K26. As Rookie Media Day captivated fans, Clark's interviews focused on poise, perspective, and pedigree. Angel Reese's referenced social justice, her community, and unapologetic grit. By October, Both women were the face of two franchises, the narrative of influence and possibility against one of power and purpose. But let's talk about the rookie season. Caitlin Clark recorded a WNBA rookie campaign for the ages. She averaged 19.2 points per game, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, which led to the first ever 19-5-5 season. In total, she had 337 assists, the most ever by a rookie. She made 122 three-pointers, 19 assists in a single game, and two triple-doubles, a rookie first. Her court vision, IQ, and composure were mesmerizing, earning Rookie of the Year, and also a first-team All-WNBA. Meanwhile, Angel Reese stamped her authority in the paint. She averaged 13.1 rebounds per game, which led the league. She had 26 double-doubles, which is a rookie record, and 15 consecutive double-doubles, a historic milestone in the most in WNBA history. Night after night, Angel Reese manned the glass, powered through contact, and became the league's most tenacious rebounder as a rookie. Both of them shattered expectations. Clark in finesse, Reese in force. Their metrics whispered legend in progress. The context demanded the headlines be louder. The biggest thing to me about this rivalry is the racial undercurrent and what the ratings miss about it. Caitlin Clark's presence in Indiana sparked a WNBA renaissance. Season ticket sales spiked 182%, averaging 16,084 fans, the peak since the 1990s. National broadcasts aired feverish home games live, prime time for the first time. Reese may not have sold out arenas, but she sold narratives. Her signature shoe with Reebok, and her appearance on NBA 2K26. Social impact and discussion on athlete activism and identity. But for every hope, Angel Reese faced pushback. A study by Rice and UIC confirmed that identical gestures, one from Caitlin Clark and another from Angel Reese, received drastically different social media reactions. Caitlin Clark's crossover step back was confidence. Reese's fundamental ball protection, she's a bull in a china shop. The conclusion is stark. In 2025, America still lionizes white ambition but criminalizes black authenticity. Souls truly get a chance to save the game. In one generation, women's basketball spoke. In this one, it's roaring. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. She's the hope, packaged, sellable, and safe. Angel Reese, another face of the NBA, but she's more like the pulse, a disruptor. Minding their success isn't always quiet. The rivalry wasn't born of mutual disdain. It was a narrative the world projected onto them. Clark offered resurgence. Reese offered reckoning. Both demanded attention. Both rewrote expectations, but only one was allowed the luxury of applause without apology. The question isn't who salvaged the WNBA, who gets to be called savior. And I prefer to call both elevators. Kind of like Magic and Bird and Jack Johnson and his rivalries back in the day. The game has changed, but to truly evolve, we must stop searching for one hero, because greatness is a monochrome.